welcome to another edition of the Nightly Nuge. And you know what, Ted? It's been a very interesting week, but a somber week as we talk about the destruction of America. You talk about this all the time, the destruction of the morals of America, what's going on with the Young Satan's Club, and now this chant transgender. You sent me an article recently about what's going on in North Carolina. I would like you just to talk about the destruction of the morals of America and give some examples.
Well, it's running amok out there. You know, when school boards and even families and government bureaucrats would actually encourage that boys can go into girls' bathrooms and locker rooms. And in many instances, they've actually raped and abused and assaulted the girls. It's absolutely heartbreaking. Yeah. There is a moral decay that is being fast-tracked and orchestrated by the bureaucracies and the government of the United States of America, and facilitated where mothers will literally bring their young boys, sons and daughters, to drag queen events in Texas. And if that's not the manifestation of cultural suicide, I don't know what is, where these fat, perverted, nasty, evil men dressed up like exaggerated female prostitutes are twerking their nasty crotch right in the face of little boys and girls, singing, and I quote, "I love it when you kiss me where I pee." Does that not settle into your psyche out there, America? That's what they're doing. And the perverted moms and dads are allowing it, and Tractor Supply endorses it, and Target endorses it, and major organizations and institutions celebrate this evil, nasty grooming and sexualization of children, where they're playing out their perverted sexual fantasies to mushy brain little boys and girls. You don't need to identify the other 1,000 examples. That's the tip of the spear of when Satan runs things in the United States of America. And if you're not speaking out about it, I spoke out about it, and I called Tractor Supply and I told them no more money from the Nugent family. We spend hundreds of thousands of dollars at Tractor Supply. No more money for Tractor Supply because they sponsor perverted evil. And the same thing with different organizations. We had a pool company here in Texas that sponsored this satanic drag queen event for little boys and girls, and we let them know, everybody out there, are you fighting back, or are you shrugging your shoulders and letting Satan trample on the spirit of America? If you don't raise your healthy voice and stop the evildoers, you are complicit. So this is an opportunity right here in the Nightly News where we really believe in the foundational values of America, and they're being trampled underfoot by government, the United States of America, every bureaucracy, and right in your hometown. Stand up and put a stop to it. The old guitar player is.
You know what, Ted? You raise a great point. I mean, evil wins when good people do nothing. Let's talk a little bit about how far this transgender movement has gone. 2-year-old children in North Carolina, Ted, with being given drugs and mutilating surgeries at 2 years of age. Who is behind this, and who benefits from really the destruction of our children?
If you study history, this is a Sodom and Gomorrah moment where just perversion and evil and nastiness and sinfulness and criminality has now taken over the U.S. government and most jurisdictions, most municipalities, every bureaucracy. You study the example of the Federal Drug Administration, who's supposed to keep our food and drugs. The Food and Drug Administration is supposed to keep our food and drugs safe. They're in cahoots with the Communist Chinese, making sure our food and drugs are poison. The United States Department of Agriculture is supposed to make sure that our food is safe. The United States Department of Agriculture is guaranteeing that our food is poison, literally putting sugar, because they're getting paid off by the sugar industry, sugar and chemicals and colors and dyes, dangerous carcinogens in our cereals, and that's at the top of the government-authorized food pyramid. This is literally Planet of the Apes gone cuckoo. cuckoo's nest. And once again, here at the Nightly Nuge, Keith, you and I don't have to do this, but when the bottom line is, we really do have to do this because we're husbands, we're fathers, we're grandfathers, we're free men in the United States of America almost, and we need to fight back. So everybody watching the Nightly Nuge, tell everybody there is a Nightly Nuge. Tell everybody that Shemaine Nugent has a faith and freedom on Real America's Voice. Go to realamericasvoice.com, I guess, and I have a Ted Nugent Real America Voice Spirit Campfire where we tackle the evildoers, we expose the cockroaches, and then we teach people how to stomp on them. Figuratively speaking, of course, for now. So bottom line is, Nugent's a radical. Yeah, I'm a radical. Good over evil is now considered radical because when Uncle Sam is in charge, it's evil over good. And if we, the people, don't put a stop to it, we will get it in the ass where we deserve it.
You know what, Ted? You raised a great point, and I want to talk about it tomorrow night. The poisoning of America, the destruction of the American food system, and how the Green New Deal and other things like that are destroying American farmers and ranchers. We're going to get into the poisoning of America as part of the destruction of America tomorrow night, right here on the Nightly Nuge.
It's an emergency! It's an emergency!